Hey everybody, Becca here, and happy March. Let's see, it's March 23rd. I think, the days run together. It is week 5 for us, and actually it's really spring break. So we don't have online instruction this week, which is so nice. Our restrictions in Korea have gotten a little tighter, and they're really asking us not to go out at all. So things have gotten a little bit more close quarters, but I'm so thankful that our community is healthy. So somebody PM'd me a question, and it got me thinking about a lesson that I would do if I was on the monologue. So since the last video was about a monologue unit, I'm going to share what I do normally in class. Now, I think this is best for an asynchronous, so offline activity. And depending on how you structure it, I think you could really kind of make it a project thing. So the last video I shared about doing the amazing Lindsay Price's mock audition unit, how I do that. And she has a physical and vocal profile in there. So something else that I do that I don't think is in her unit at all, I was doing it before her unit, but is a line-by-line analysis. And I'm sure everybody has line-by-line analysis for monologues, but here's what I would do if I wanted to do it just for an at-home for a monologue for one day, or if I wanted to extend that. Have the students take their monologue and literally divide it by lines, not where the punctuation is, literally by lines. Okay, so a line might end halfway in the middle of a sentence, right? And then the first thing that, and I actually do this in class with students because they get stuck, but in particular, I use this for gesture. So have them write a gesture for each and every single line, okay? If the gesture is, there is no movement, right? That is a gesture. And they need to, again, be making conscious choices about when you move and why you move. And so if they take their monologue and space it out, then they can do that. And that gives them some physical blocking to check. And it's such a deliberate activity, and my students do really well with that. And it really helps them focus on motivated versus unmotivated movement, which is then repeatable and really then creates a character, which then establishes, you all know. So that would be one day. In looking at how you would extend that, depending on where I was, which students I was studying with, I would look at that by after doing the line-by-line analysis for gesture, you could do it for stance and really taking gesture. Sometimes my students write it with gesture and movement and blocking and everything, but really have them take it from gesture to stance to actual blocking. Those are 3 options. You could also do gesture, then you could do emotion. What emotion is their character feeling on each line? You could also do what is their objective on each line so that they're really tracking their beats and when it changes, and identifying each and every tactic. So every time there's a tactic in a line and their objectives. And I think that would easily give a week's worth of work for you with a student working on monologue. So you'd assign the monologue, or they have their monologue. They separate it out by lines. Day 1, gestures. Day 2, stance. Day 3, blocking. Day 4, emotion for everyone. Day 5 then would be objectives or tactics, depending on what you've taught. You would not have had to teach Stanislavski or objectives or tactics, to get through gesture, stance, blocking, and emotion. Those are questions that students would have the wherewithal to answer without having to do longer training. Anyway, so that is today's little lesson that I hope you guys enjoy. I will try to post another one for tomorrow, spring break. And my encouragement to you guys today, or my challenge for you guys today, is to make yourself something really luxuriously delicious. I have found, especially with my son, that when I make something that is kind of over the top yummy, not all the time, but something that for us here in Korea really makes us think of home, that's just a really positive thing. And we all step away from the screens and connect. And so make something really delicious today. Anyway, hope you guys are doing great, and I'll talk to you later.